On Friday, February 13th, the internet didn't just blink. It exploded. Taylor Swift walked into a recording studio with her fiancé Travis Kelce at her side, and what should have been a quiet creative night detonated into a cultural earthquake. Fans didn't just react, they spiraled. Swifties dissected every pixel of the now viral photo. NFL diehards stared in disbelief. The collision of pop royalty and football dominance wasn't happening on a red carpet this time. It was happening behind a studio microphone. And it felt intimate, dangerous, personal. The moment they stepped inside, witnesses say the energy shifted instantly. Taylor wasn't calm or reserved. She was electric. She practically dragged Travis in, laughing, buzzing with an idea that clearly meant more than just another track. This wasn't a publicity stunt. This wasn't a brand move. This was her vision, raw and unfiltered. The studio itself was one she knew like a second skin. The same creative sanctuary where she had crafted demos, heartbreak anthems, and lyrical confessions that defined eras. But this time was different. This time she brought him into that sacred space. In the viral image, Taylor stands in a minimalist black turtleneck and long elegant coat, her blonde hair pulled back tight, face glowing with intensity rather than glamour. No stage lights. No stadium screams. Just focus. Just fire. Beside her stands Travis, towering, dressed in a black jacket with a backpack slung over his shoulder, staring straight at the camera as if bracing for a completely different kind of battlefield. He's used to stadium roars, brutal tackles, the violence of Sunday night lights. But this is vulnerability. And that vulnerability is louder than any touchdown celebration. The project in question? A new acoustic cover of Opalite, one of Taylor's most dreamy, introspective, emotionally fragile songs in recent memory. A track that already feels like a whispered confession in the dark. Opalite isn't loud. It doesn't scream. It glows softly, like the stone it's named after, fragile light piercing heavy shadow. And now she wanted to reshape it. Not alone. With him. Insiders claim the idea was entirely hers. She envisioned an intimate acoustic version where her voice would carry the emotional weight while Travis would layer in spoken word textures or deep bass undertones. Not polished, not manufactured, but human. She believed his warm, natural tone could add gravity, something grounded and masculine to contrast her floating melodies. And that belief? It mattered. Because stepping into a studio for a music project is not the same as appearing on a podcast or joking at a public event. This was art. This was exposure. Travis Kelce, one of the NFL's biggest stars, a man built for physical dominance, was now stepping into a world ruled by emotional precision. According to a close friend, he was nervous. Not the casual kind of nervous. The real kind. The kind that tightens your chest because you're entering someone else's domain. And not just someone, but Taylor Swift's domain. But she didn't mock his hesitation. She fueled him. She told him it wasn't about perfection. It was about truth. About feeling. About showing up honestly. And that's where the night shifted from headline to something almost cinematic. The recording session itself was stripped down, almost defiant in its simplicity. No circus. No press. Just soft yellow lights casting long shadows across dark soundproof walls. Couches tucked into corners. Microphones standing like silent witnesses. It didn't feel like a billion-dollar empire at work. It felt like two people discovering something fragile and new. Taylor guided him through rhythm and phrasing, occasionally bursting into laughter when he stumbled over a lyric or missed a cue. And instead of frustration, there was chemistry. Instead of tension, there was curiosity. They weren't pop icon and football titan in that room. They were partners, collaborators, two people daring to blur their worlds together. A sound engineer present described it as watching two best friends experiment, fearless and unfiltered. And perhaps the most shocking part? Taylor wasn't chasing flawlessness. She allowed imperfections to stay. Small cracks in the vocal, slight hesitations. Because those cracks carried humanity. They carried authenticity. And authenticity hits harder than technical perfection ever could. The cultural shockwave of this moment is impossible to ignore. For years, fans have debated whether their worlds could truly merge, whether stadium lights and stage spotlights could coexist without one eclipsing the other. But this studio session felt like an answer. Not a press conference. Not a carefully staged event. A creative risk. And risk is aggressive. Risk is emotional. Risk is real. Social media erupted not just because they were seen together, but because of where they were seen together. The studio is sacred ground for Taylor. It's where she bleeds lyrics, where she processes heartbreak, triumph, betrayal, love. Letting Travis step into that space signals something deeper than romance headlines. It signals trust. And trust at that level is powerful. Some critics will call it a gimmick. Others will scream publicity. But those inside the room paint a different picture. One of laughter echoing against padded walls, of Taylor leaning over a lyric sheet explaining emotional emphasis, of Travis clearing his throat before delivering a line with unexpected softness. From crushing defensive lines to whispering vulnerability into a studio mic, that transformation alone is staggering. And perhaps that's what makes this so explosive. It defies expectation. It challenges stereotype. It's not just a singer dating an athlete. It's an artist inviting her partner into the core of her creation. The late Thursday night stretched into early morning, but no one seemed eager to leave. The energy wasn't chaotic. It was charged, focused, intentional. Taylor reportedly replayed takes not to critique, but to smile at moments that felt real. When Travis finally relaxed into the rhythm, his voice low and steady, there was a pause in the room. The kind of pause that happens when something unexpectedly beautiful lands. This wasn't about chart domination. It wasn't about streaming records. It was about a shared moment frozen in sound. And that's what makes it so emotionally aggressive, because it's raw. It exposes a side of Travis the public rarely sees. It exposes a side of Taylor that isn't performing for stadiums, but creating for connection. The viral photo only captured a fraction of what unfolded behind those studio doors. But even that fraction was enough to ignite global conversation. The way she looked at him, the way he stood slightly behind her yet fully present. It told a story without audio. And when the cover of Opalite finally surfaces, it won't just be another version of a song. It will carry the weight of this night. The nerves, the laughter, the courage, the decision to leave imperfections intact. In a world obsessed with polish, they chose rawness. In an industry addicted to spectacle, they chose intimacy. And whether you love them or doubt them, one thing is undeniable. This was not subtle. It was bold. It was emotional. It was a collision of two empires choosing to build something fragile together. And fragile things, when protected fiercely, can become the most powerful of all.